Welcome back to Earth 1111. The next 60 days can either make or break you. We're about to drain the swamp, and I don't just mean the outside world, I mean our own inner swamp. All the nitty-gritty, all the bottom barrel crud that we don't want to look at is coming up to the surface, and there's no going back. So I'm going to give you lots of examples to understand, are you in the breaking category or the making category for the next couple months? Because it's going to be getting massively extreme, and a lot of people are not ready for what's about to come. Hi, I'm Roxanne. This is Earth 1111. I talk about spirituality, new earth as we co-create a brand new paradigm, awakening, ascension, and all these types of topics. If that interests you, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell. And there's a lot of you that have been following me for a while but are not yet subscribed. So hit that bell. It really helps my videos get seen to more people. Thanks so much. Okay, so the next 30 days, there's a lot of people that are in the complete attention on the outside world. This politician must win over this one next week, for example, in America, or all is lost, new earth is not going to happen. You're putting your full attention on the outside hologram, and you're allowing the events going on out there that are out of your control to dictate your own happiness. You don't want to do that, especially with the chaos going on. How are we supposed to know what really needs to happen, right? This order of events that will happen from the universe to really collapse the old systems of top down, the structures of the old that keep people in this slave mentality, this prison planet that we've been existing in for eons. If you're trying to stronghold the universe because you think that you know best, then you're going to be disappointed because you don't know what's going to happen. And if something happens that you don't want or don't think is the right order of events, then you could go off the deep end, right? And you want to be able to take back your own power and not allow anything happening out there to dictate anything in your own life. You are a God sovereign free being, and being pushed around by all the drama out there, where there's so many doom and gloom videos out there on the internet. What does it really do? There's no solutions, right? This psychic predicts this, blah, blah, blah. Ignore it. It's 99% garbage anyways. So there is a lot of craziness about to happen, okay? So I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But if you've been doing your own inner alignment, if you have been listening to your own inner guidance, it's going to be a lot easier. You're going to ride the waves, and this is going to be a springboard for you to start stepping up into your destiny. There's so many people that are about to wake up, right? So it looks like no one's awake out there. But behind closed doors, people are secretly doing research. They're questioning things. There's a massive worldwide collective awakening happening. And remember that it only takes a few individuals at the highest frequency bandwidth, the highest energy, to be able to overpower the majority of the people existing in that fear or those lower level frequencies. So we don't need the whole world to wake up. We just need key people like you and myself to really start stepping into our destinies. So that's why this time is exciting. As things break down even further, you have to be ready, as many people are about to, let's just say they're going to need you. They're going to need your guidance. So there's a lot going on though in our own individual lives. So of course, right, we are in the last couple weeks of Pluto working its way through the archetypal energy of Capricorn. That's literally old earth. The structures of the old top-down systems. All of that is going to be crumbling like never before. Like we haven't even started to see anything yet. But that's why you came here. You came here for the most amazing, magical, unbelievable transformation in the history of this planet and really the Milky Way galaxy. So this goes a lot farther than just humans or Earth. This transition going on we are realigning our entire Milky Way galaxy. So it's not a small thing. But that's why you're here. So this is going to be the moment of the breaking down to break through. So a lot of people are going to be so preoccupied on, right, just like a cat chasing a mouse. It's always the next thing, the next drama. But the energy is coming in with all the X-class solar flares, literally almost daily at this point, are targeting whatever energy you hold within yourself is going to be amplified. If you are existing in chaos, so if you're existing in a lot of those lower frequencies, then it is going to exaggerate the chaos happening on the planet, because of course the majority of the people exist in chaos. So it's going to make it amplified so people wake up even further. And that's why we can't assume that we know who needs to win certain politicians or what needs to happen out there in the outside world, because maybe it has to get so much worse for people to start caring, right? Most people, no matter how much has gone on in the past, how many years, most people don't care. They're still just going through the motions like their 3D human self, right? And for people that are putting their full attention out there, it's because they are ignoring what needs to be changing within ourselves. So in order for this time for you to be springboarding, the make or break moment, it's got to be your full attention within yourself, going deep within the core issues happening in your own life. Because you're not going to get anywhere with these anchors that are keeping you stuck. So what I mean by that is, right, we all have these issues that we've been ignoring. It's parts of ourselves that we don't want to deal with. Like, for example, any time that you are not existing from your authentic, true self, like if you have to dim your light and dumb yourself down and really change who you truly are to exist in certain scenarios or around certain people, if you have to change who you are to be in a job, in a relationship, around friends, family members, you've got to be looking at that right now, because it's really about that authentic self. And that's really the world we live in. The old world is all about looking at the symptom, right? It's never the core issue. It's like put the Band-Aid on, slap some paint over that moldy wall. It's an entire system out there that we've been existing in about treating the symptom. But the core issues need to be dealt with right now. So I've been having a lot of craziness come about just out of the blue, like some shocking things as well. But it's interesting when you can see the different version of yourself that you are right now that can take it. It's not that big of a deal. Whereas my old self would have had like a meltdown, right? And it would have been such a big deal. So give yourself praise if you are riding the waves of the chaos a lot easier than you did in the past, because that is huge. That is showing that you are a different person, that you have integrated a lot of your higher dimensional aspects into wholeness. And you have been letting go of a lot of the old. So if you're experiencing right now, because we are in that last moments of the breaking down of any attachment we have into the old, our old versions of self, for example, our old personas, right? The pieces of us that are so far away from where we are now. But it's kind of like we're in so much fear of the unknown, of stepping into our highest destiny, that we kind of cling to these old versions of ourselves or old jobs, right? This comfort zone. And it's kind of like right now the universe is flicking us off the cliff. And some people are going to flail, right? And lose it. Other people are going to realize that, these old belief structures, these limitations I've had for my life, these attachments to the comfort zone or comfort you have with certain people or scenarios, they are keeping me from stepping up into my highest timeline. And they've got to be letting go right now, right? And so It's about addressing the inner core of everything right now. We are at the last legs of the crazy pivotal moment of a make or break. Now, if you're breaking down, it seems like everything in your life is just collapsing. It could be that you are moving through the eye of the needle, breaking down to break through. So it's almost like if you've been doing a lot of your own inner work, you've been adjusting a lot of things, right? Making little pivotal changes to realign yourself. And it seems like everything right now is just literally dissolving, nothing's working out. It could be an amazing thing. It's an opportunity because you're actually completely detaching from your old version of your 3D life. And you are up leveling big time in a higher timeline like never before. So right now we are in such a pivotal moment that a lot of the old needs to be dealt with. And if you've been making those changes, you're going to see amazing opportunities, new creative breakthroughs, ideas popping into your mind. So many changes going on that are for the good. Now, if you have been ignoring the changes that your life is trying to push you to make, then you could be experiencing a snapping point. Because that's really what it comes down to, the vast majority of the people in the world. So we've all been there, myself included, right? We live a life that's completely out of alignment from our destiny of why we came here. And so usually this is kind of the dark night of the soul that's happening on a collective level right now that a lot of us have already been through. And so we experience something that we think is something horrible, but is like a snapping point that brings us back onto our destiny. And a lot of times it's not fun, right? A lot of you have been through that. Like usually we go through many layers of the dark night of the soul, but it could be something like a loss or a divorce or some reason that is like, it's a wake-up call. And that's happening in the world right now. So if you've been listening to your own life stream, making incremental changes, then it's going to be a lot of fun coming in for you. Because we're not really existing in the frequency bandwidth of the vast majority of the collective out there and of the world. We're always connected to the entire creation. Okay, a lot of people think that they want to go up and up and up, and all the NPCs, right? I did a video on that. If you haven't watched that, you gotta check it out. They think that all these people are nothing to do with them, but we are all connected. So we can only go as far as, right, when we expand in frequency, we pull up the collective out of their stupor, really, and parts of ourselves, because we've all been there. We still have parts of us that exist in old versions because we're so scared to make that change and that leap forward with our entire existence, all pieces of yourself, right? That's like soul retrieval. It's the fractal soul. And that's why for November, my new masterclass that I'm creating is all about healing for ascension beyond the fractal soul. So things like shadow work, soul retrieval, healing, all these different, everything that keeps us scattered through the universe, all these parts of ourselves that we have lost in the infinite journey that your soul has taken. Some of these parts of yourself that have been lost for millions of years. And so until you put yourself back together into wholeness, then these pieces of you, these diamonds, are separate. You don't have the ability to access them. So when we come into a 3D experience, we leave different higher dimensional aspects of ourselves in other time-space coordinates. So it's only when we do the shadow work, put ourselves together, do we open up to these different vectors and start downloading higher dimensional versions of ourselves. So that is how important it is. It's not something that we can just run away from, right? A lot of people want to focus on all the lovey-dovey stuff, but they forget that you can only go as far as your deepest, darkest stuff that you ignored. And when you run towards the light, you're actually increasing the polarity between your aspects that are stuck kind of in this darkness. And that's mirrored in the outside world. So when we do our own shadow work, when we bring all the pieces of ourselves back into wholeness, the entire world changes, because you become this light beam activating everyone all around you, because you've activated and brought in higher dimensional aspects of yourself. It doesn't take all of us to start bringing this entire planet into a new paradigm. It only takes a very small percentage. So this is how important it is for you. And when you bring back the wholeness, you get back the pieces of yourself that you have previously lost from childhood, maybe ancestry, lineage, karma, from past lives, from like ancient soul loss that could be billions of years old. And that is the journey happening right now. We got to go into the underworld to pull that up, to integrate those pieces back into wholeness. And that's why I'm focusing November's masterclass on this exact topic, because we are right in it. I would love to invite you to join and become a master member. If you join before November 4th, you will also get my last month's masterclass called The False Matrix and Cosmic Karma. So that will bring you through a 19-part video series, lots of in-depth information, way beyond the surface level, because people think that when you first wake up, okay, got all the answers, right? And we've all been there. But you don't realize that there's many layers to the depths of truth that you need to know. And this goes back billions of years. So if you missed it, you definitely want to join before November 4th. I also have the False Matrix and Cosmic Karma Masterclass on sale till the 4th. But I would love for you to join and become a master member, because every single month you get a brand new masterclass on exciting and unique topics. Now, those of you that were in my last month's, then I am giving you a full credit of $99 to put towards upgrading to become a master member. And you will also get access to November's topic, which is all about healing for ascension and beyond the fractal soul. So I'll give you so many in-depth things to now completely change you on the individual level, so you can step into your highest timeline and your highest soul's expression. So check out my links below in the description for a lot more. Thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for more videos. And I hope I earned a thumbs up. Don't forget to share on all your social media platforms. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X for different content there. Make sure you follow my account. And comment below what you're going through, because I've been through some doozy things in the last couple of weeks. It's been pretty crazy. Lots of love. I'm Roxanne. Shine bright this month. You can check out my description box for all the details on all my offerings. Lots of love. Take care. Bye-bye.